In this video on YouTube, Bangladesh Air Force F7 fighter plane crashed during training. It happened only last month, 23rd November 2018. What we see just as explosion happens, we see orbs in the front. Now, I've also found these appearing before the Space Shuttle Challenger explosion and during the Columbia explosion as well. So that's why I'm very interested in this. Also, I've captured black rods during military crashes that intersect the plane. So there they are. There's two and one in the front. The one in the front disappears quickly. And then you've got the two that move away very rapidly. So they're actually moving away quicker than the actual speed of the exploding airplane, which didn't make sense. So that's why I'm looking at this. Is it a cause or is it an effect of this explosion? Now, planes shouldn't explode that quickly, so obviously it isn't just normal. I don't think it's a normal event. And also there's a bright flash that always appears right in the center of the screen, which I'll show you as well when I replay this. So if we zoom in, you've got a specific structure on that larger orb. It's got like openings there, so I'll actually zoom in on the screen capture and use contrast. It seems as though it's got openings there, so it seems like, is it possible this is a UFO orb that actually caused this by firing at it, who knows, rays or electromagnetic radiation pulse or whatever. It just appears in front of it. It didn't make sense because obviously and it moves away very quickly, quicker than the actual plane itself, which would be close to probably supersonic speed or whatever. So if it's obviously part of the flame, it would, or anything exploded that went in front of it, the plane should reach it fairly quickly and pass it, which didn't happen. It moved a lot quicker away from the exploding plane. I don't think it fired any missile or anything like that. So there it is as well. It's just peculiar shape. And then we had our zoom on it that showed openings on top of that. So there it is there. There's one in the front, larger, and two close together behind it. And they move away at very rapid speed, which didn't make sense. There it is there. That's a good image. Or that could be those two reaching the one in the front. There seems to be like little openings in it, which I'll then analyze on the screen. So they're very good images. Again, I'm hitting probably 90% success rate. Every time there's an air disaster that's filmed, usually military planes, I do find orbs appearing before the crash usually, or intersected by a black rod UFO. So this appears just after the explosion. And it moves away, there it is, it moves away a lot quicker than the actual plane is moving. Again, it could be something being ejected, but it seems to be coming towards it from the right, and then it moves back to the right. See how it appears? It seems to come from the right towards it as I actually process the images. There it is there. So if it came from it, we would see it probably emerge or something like that, but it seems to be coming towards it on the image, then it moves away from it, and there it's disappeared. There it is there. It appeared to be coming from the right. There was a flash of light from the right. I'll see if I can pause that and somehow capture. It's very hard to capture that. And there it is, it goes quickly further away. And then behind it leaves a smoke trail. So obviously that's part of the explosion, that first one. And it keeps traveling, obviously, and it's on fire. So it's a huge explosion. Even if it's hit by a missile, it would I still don't know what would have caused it, but the orbs appearing there just seem to be not coincidence. So there they are again. I'll try to zoom in again, and then I'll process those high zoom photos. So this was very interesting because obviously one or two people did die in this accident. It was a test pilot, so obviously he died. He didn't eject in time.
So I'm just going through the adjustment of the photo. That's the photo where there's just two orbs and the one enlarged in the front looks like it's got openings. So we'll just play around with the adjustment. Usually it works. I usually get good results from this. It brings up various things on the photos. And yes, we got a very good result. So the contrast usually works. Depends which way we want it to highlight. Usually the contrast and shadows bring up the best results. So I'll just work with it a little bit more and then we'll try to analyze it.
So we've got a very good result on the first one here. See how it's got the openings in it? Now I'm trying to adjust the detail. I don't know if I press this one, will it work if I sharpen it? Maybe. Not that much of a difference actually. So basically you've got these openings there which wouldn't be anything that's ejected out of the explosion. To me it's a UFO. That's my impression. That's my impression on that one. And that's probably the best image resolution I can achieve on it. So the explosion is normal. So this is the other photo where you got the one orb in front of it. So again, we're going to adjust the image exposure. There isn't anything special to see. Basically, we just see the two orbs behind the one in front, and I think either they merge or the front one disappears. But obviously, we've got that nice UFO structure in the other photo. So this doesn't seem that important, this one. But still, by playing with the contrast and brightness, you can see the orbs are there, but there's no specific image to them. In this video, I'm trying to get the precise movements again of these orbs. So you have to look at it quite a few times to get used to it. It seems to appear from the front, move towards it quickly, disappear, then shoot back the other side. See how it's coming from the right. There's a flash coming from the right first towards the exploding object. It's very quick. See it there? And that's where it seems to appear from. Let's do it now slowly again. That's the explosion. It shoots out very quickly. So it seems to go towards it, then shoot back. And that's it shooting back, sorry. That's when it shoots back. So let's try to catch it specifically. There it is. You have to look at it very quickly. The flash appears from the right, traveling towards the exploding plane. Then it disappears briefly and quickly goes away from it again to the right. Let's do it again. There it is. Then the little two ones move towards that main one there and form that larger object. So those two little ones in between move towards it and they fuse together. That's it there, yes. So that doesn't make sense. If this was ejected from the plane, one orb wouldn't sit on its own and let the other one catch up to it. If they're just normal things ejected, which couldn't be ejected faster than the plane from my view. and we'll also get a white flash appearing, which I've frozen on the screen. I'm not sure if it's an artifact, but it happens at that's it right there. So I've frozen that. So this is the screen capture. How that appears there, I don't know. If I adjust the exposure a little bit, it's still the same. They really haven't got much change. It's just so unusual. Is it an artifact on the film, or is it to do with that orb appearing at the same time? Very hard to tell. This is a higher zoom of the screen. It's a very square shape, but it always appears around that time on the screen. So I'm not sure what to think about it. It must be something to do with the event. It wouldn't just appear sort of during the event where the other orbs appear and not be have importance to it. There it is there. Just pull back on the contrast. And yeah, it's a perfect square, that one. Not sure how that can happen. There it is.